should I say that some startups, not all, are being timid by not having global ambitions? IT engineers, Indian engineers run some of the best companies across the world. I don't even have to take those names. Yet these startups, which have a global model in terms of their basic business, why aren't you going out? The same question, China created a TikTok, why aren't we there still?
I think India is still a very, very large market. And as I said earlier, that we are just starting to scratch the surface. And even if you look at when we sort of talk to investors and the external community, the entire focus back to us is that, look, why don't you double down on India? Because in India, you can build a very large-scale business. And as Sandeep mentioned, there are billion-plus internet users.
Large scale but low margin?
I would not even call it low margin. If you provide value, there is margin to be made. And I guess that's what everyone is focusing on, that how can you provide more and more value to the customers?
Sandeep, define value, because your business is all about delivering value, even if it's in used cars, for example.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, I think internet is not necessarily, I'm not underestimating everything new age companies do, but a lot of that is really reinvention of how things were done without these technologies which are now available to mankind. So we are not, at Droom, we are not reinventing the car, which other people are doing it very beautifully, but we are reinventing how the automobile should be bought and sold. And then, the definition of innovation is what is possible now, which was not previously possible, right? So internet has made products and services basically geography agnostic. You don't need to, right? They have made them time agnostic. They have lowered the entry barrier. And then, one by one, we have seen, like, today, travel is 80% plus online.
Yep.
Right? But 25 years back, if I tell someone that I will never have to go somewhere to book my travel, he would laugh at me.
And
right?
Sandeep, you remind me, almost a decade and a half ago, one of the earliest internet travel companies was again an Indian company. I will also try and get all four of them to speak about their startup stories. But before I do, I want to take one major question, which is like the elephant in the room in some ways. Rajiv Jain's comment, Bajaj Finance executive, he was quoted across media recently saying, and I'm going to try and read this off to you so that you can appreciate the full comment. In the context of fintechs, and there are so many of them in India, he said, show me $1 billion balance sheet, fintech, there are none. There may be $1 billion valuation fintechs, but not $1 billion balance sheet. He's trying to make the point about startup valuations and their strategic levels. Who wants to answer this question? I'll quickly go across the panel. You want to take that first?
Sure, I'll take that. I think, we discussed this and debated on this point, but I guess that's also a point that the evolution of fintechs are much at a lower, they are at a very nascent stage, and the incumbents have been there for some time, have built the balance sheet over a period of time. And the business model and the financial models at which the startups and the new age economy companies are operating are fundamentally different than, let's say, the traditional and incumbents who are operating out there right now. So I think it's not a question, I think today, factually, he's right. But you have to also take the lens of time and how long have the incumbents been existent versus the fintech. And maybe 5 years later, the same question can be raised in a very different set of a different setting.